Okay, off to a good start. There we go. Okay, so I have to close out all the apps on my phone in order to successfully do a live. Otherwise, I will drop the signal and completely, we won't have a Facebook Live. And every week, pretty much, I forget to close out those apps and I just start the live video, and that's when I remember that I need to do that. And so then I go, it's very organized over here. Hi, Brian. Page, bringing you a nutrition tip or hack that you can actually implement into your life. So I understand how freaking confusing all of the nutrition information can be out there. Like, overwhelming. It's constantly being thrown at you, and it's just like, how do I actually be healthier? Like, I don't know what any of this means. So the whole point of the Thursday night Facebook Live is to break down one of those nutrition topics into bite-sized pieces, no pun intended, that you can actually implement into your life. And I love covering topics that you are interested in. So if you have anything that you would like me to cover, just drop it in the comments, and I will definitely get to it. Because that's the whole point of this. I started this over a year ago. I got my degree in Nutrition and Exercise Physiology, and I started working as a nutrition educator, and just discovered how much confusion there is out there. Nothing is clear about nutrition. Even me, as a person with a degree in Nutrition and Exercise Physiology, I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, there is so much stuff out here, and a lot of it's wrong. And out there talking to people in like real life, you know, giving presentations and them saying, well, I read this on the internet and I read this on the internet. It was like, we gotta find some other place to put some real nutrition information that isn't just like hullabaloo and whatever so-and-so made up on their blog. So that's what this is about. And that is the whole point of the Wine About It Facebook Lives that I do. I currently own Basically at Meals, which is a ready-made meal service right here in St. Louis. We do healthy, delicious, and delivered meals. And our whole philosophy is just healthier that tastes good. And like, it's super easy. It's already cooked. We don't do any of the boxed ingredients where you still have to cook. It's ready to eat for you. So literally just taking the cooking, the grocery shopping, the kitchen cleaning, all of that off of your plate. I was speaking to, hi Bonnie, I was speaking to a client today, and she was saying, you know, I spend almost 2 hours every day, like preparing meals, you know, eating, cleaning the kitchen, and then the grocery shopping is kind of like included in that. And that is all time that I could be spending with my young daughter, with my husband. We could go on date nights. We could go on more play dates. I could be outside playing with my daughter while she's on her scooter. But instead, I'm cooking dinner. And that's a very noble cause. I mean, that's incredible. Like, you're trying to be healthy for you, your child, your family. That's amazing. But if there is an easier option that's available to you, taking that and having that little bit of extra time to spend with your, not a little bit, 2 extra hours a day, if you only have a few hours with your family members each day, is a lot. And taking advantage of that. Yes, do, Brian. Absolutely. We'd love to have you. And actually, May is Client Appreciation Month because it is our 1-year anniversary. So an email is going out tomorrow. You'll probably get it, Brian. And we're running kind of some like really fun specials. We're going to be honoring all of our, it is a lot, Bonnie. We're going to be honoring all of our 6-month clients, our 1-year clients, everyone who's with us in the month of May. We're going to do some really fun like giveaways, and yeah, so Brian, definitely get in, like if you can get in May, because you'll get some good stuff along with that. All right, so I did, speaking of clients, amazing clients, I was going to read a quick testimonial. I love to talk about my clients because they're kind of the most amazing people ever. And they are truly people who have like made the decision not just sat around and thought about the decision, but actually made the decision to do something for themselves. I think a lot of times we kind of think like if we think about doing it, that counts as something. And it counts for something. At least you've taken that step. But actually choosing to do this, that make the final step and like implement that into your life is totally different. So all of my clients have taken that final step and implemented healthy meals into their life. They no longer have to sit around and say, I wish that I had 2 extra hours a day to spend with my family. They actually do. So this is from, who do I want to read? Okay. This is from Kathy. She said, I can't say one bad thing basically at meals. Food is delicious. Hayley is knowledgeable. She's helpful and very understanding. I have been with her several months. I have lost weight and I'm very happy. So thank you, Kathy, for that. Thank you to all of my amazing clients. And I can't wait to honor you all in the month of May. So anyways, moving on. I was thinking about this at the gym today. Accountability partners. Yeah, so that's what wine might be mine tonight. You know, who knows if I would have shown up for this if I didn't have some wine enticing me into it. I'm just kidding. But this is really good wine. So tonight we're talking about accountability partners. I see this at the gym a lot. You know, people going with friends. And so what we're going to talk about is why you might think you need one and why it's actually better not to have one. I know that might sound a little bit backwards, but it actually is better not to have one. So we usually we think we need an accountability partner because it's going to be too hard to do on our own. And so we might rope in our friend or our mom or our boyfriend or our dog as our accountability partner. Have you ever said like, all right, Skipper, we're going to go on one run every single day this week. And then, you know, if he looks tired, you're like, it's your fault that we're not going on a run. I haven't had that particularly happen to me, but I have been in that mindset before where I've thought I definitely need a partner to show up for me and make me do this thing because I definitely can't do it on my own. And we believe that like by having someone else with us, they're going to force us to do what we can't do. And all that really means is that you're forcing yourself to rely on someone else. And what that really means is that you can't rely on yourself. And so that is a big issue because that's a relationship with yourself that needs to be healed. If you can't rely on yourself, you are not going to be able to get anything done. So no one else can understand the goal that you have, the result that you want, and they certainly can't make you get them. They can be there by your side. So there's nothing wrong with like, you know, challenging a friend or challenging somebody to like, okay, let's, you know, work out 6 days a week for the next week or whatever. Like I challenge you and at the end, I don't know, you could have a better, I don't know why that's kind of where my brain went, but you could have some sort of challenge, like, or just like, I enjoy going to this workout class with a friend. It makes it more fun. I really like it. That's great. And there's nothing wrong with that. But saying like, I'm not going to be able to do this unless I have this other person next to me, that's when we really get into trouble because now we're not relying on ourselves. We're relying on this other person. And guess what? That other person doesn't care about your goal or your result. And they're not going to show up for you. You are the only one who can show up for you. Yeah. So what you really need to work on is your own accountability with yourself. And the best news is that you can absolutely do that. A lot of times, like, we kind of get to there, like, okay, well, you need to build a relationship with yourself. And it's like, oh, it's all over now. Like, there's no way that's happening. But you can do that. I'm going to share with you a couple of really easy ways to do that. You can do that. And the best news is, like, if you have that relationship with yourself, you have complete control over your result. So we kind of see, you know, our health journey, whether that's eating healthy or going to the gym or losing weight, as like out of our control. It's something that like we might do or we might not do. And a lot of times we kind of have two voices in our head. There's the good voice that's like, we're definitely eating a salad for lunch. And the bad voice that's like, nope, we're going to get a hamburger and fries. And the bad voice usually wins. But the best news is, like, you get to decide who wins. And if you build up that accountability with yourself, that relationship with yourself, it's so much easier to pick the one that's going to help you meet your goal and reach your goal. And so the best way to build up that relationship with yourself, there's a couple really easy, simple steps. So what you want to do is set really small goals, like really small. And you just you try to meet yourself where you are. If like you feel like you have some sort of accountability set up with yourself, you can kind of meet yourself there. But let's say that there isn't really any. So your goal might be to put on your tennis shoes and just put them on. And you don't even have to work out. You just start there. Okay? I can't get myself to go to the gym. I can't get myself to work out, you know, for an hour every day this week. Nope, not happening. But yeah, I can put on my shoes. I can do that. And you just start really small. So one day it's putting on your shoes. The next day it's stepping outside and walking to the end of the driveway. The day after that, it is taking a lap around the block. So you start really small. And guess what? As soon as you put on your shoes and you take a step, you worked out. You did some sort of movement, and now you are a person who works out. And guess what? How good that feels. Now you have that accountability and that relationship with yourself to build upon, and you just keep building upon it. So you set really tiny goals. Maybe your goal is to eat a piece of broccoli for the day. You had a vegetable. You are a person who eats vegetables. It's a miracle. But you just build on that relationship with yourself one step at a time. If you find like you're kind of very all or nothing might be a good description. So over here, you are working out like crazy, eating super healthy. And over here, it's like just, no, on the couch, you know, drive through, burger in hand, watching movies all day. Then that too is a relationship with yourself. So you have almost like a backstabbing relationship with yourself where it's like you do really good, and then over here it's like nope, don't deserve it. So building up that trust, that is like a breakdown of trust with yourself. You work towards something and then you sabotage it. So just building that relationship with yourself on the days when you feel like you can't get up off the couch or brush the crumbs off of your lap. It's like you just do one small thing that builds that accountability with you, that trust with you, and repairs that relationship. Because I see that in a lot of people too, where it's like you've got your good days and your bad days. And there's nothing in between. So that's still just building a little bit of a relationship between those two so that one isn't stabbing the other in the back. And guess what? You don't need someone else to do that for you or to stand behind you and say, you got to do this. You have to do this. No one can knock food out of your mouth. No one can push you out of the car and make you run a lap around the track. Unless they have like a weapon, which how often does that actually happen? And some of us might wish that was the case. Thanks, Patty. I'm glad it's helpful. So that it's just about starting really, really small or meeting yourself where you are and just building a teeny tiny amount of trust at one time. And I think the best way to do this is, and I talk about this a lot, is making a plan ahead of time. So I like to write things down. I like to write down what my workouts are going to be, and I like to set a time limit for them so that I'm not just going to the gym and maybe I could be there for a minute or maybe I could be there for an hour. Either way, I don't really want to do that because it's just kind of like, oh, the whole time. So really giving yourself some clear plans that you can follow is a great way to build that relationship. And what I also like to suggest is that you use cheats where you can. So the cheats aren't really cheats. It's basically hiring someone to help you on this journey. It's not like a friend where you just have to hope that they show up for your gym appointment or hope that they don't want to go to the drive-thru, because if, God forbid, if they do, you're going to be like, I'm all in. And that was not in the plans. So hiring someone is actually you investing in yourself and you investing in your relationship with yourself. So if you give someone money, like a personal trainer or a meal service, they are going to show up for you because you invested in you. So no matter what, they are going to be there for you. And now all you have to do is show up for you. And so that's another great way, fantastic way to build accountability with yourself, to build trust with yourself. You trust yourself enough to put money towards yourself and towards your relationship with yourself. And that's huge. So that's a really fantastic way to kind of make a big leap in that trust and that relationship with yourself. And almost get there a little bit faster. All right, Bonnie, I'm going to read your comment. I've only had people say you have to have an accountability partner. I think you shouldn't have one. I mean, having a friend who might want to go to a workout class with you, or who's like, let's, challenge each other to lose a pound in the next month, and you're both like, really working towards a goal, but independently, that's great. That's fantastic. Someone who's going to be in the fun with you, make it more fun for you, is awesome. But no, you should not. I don't think you should have an accountability partner, because you don't want to have to rely on someone else. And the kind of crazy thing about accountability partners is what was I going to say? Even if we are invested in that relationship, in that goal and that result. So let's say you're working towards your goal of going to the gym every day, and your friend's like, hey, can I be your accountability partner? I'd love to be in on that goal with you. And so now you guys are gonna go to the gym together, and they start bailing, like they start not showing up, you're gonna stop showing up. And it's the craziest thing. So you were committed to that goal before that person came in. And then when that person came in and stopped showing up, you stopped showing up. So the accountability partner never cares what your result is. They don't care what your goal is. They don't care. It's that's about them. And so you're the only one who's going to have control over what you do. And you do have control over what you do. And you're the only one who actually cares about your goal and your result. So it should be all about you. And the people who tell me I can't do it on my own, I know that that's just, they have never built that relationship with themselves, and they need to start working on building trust with themselves and being able to rely on themselves to follow through on things and actually get stuff done. So if you have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Leave them in the comments, and I will definitely get to them. I always get to those. But first, it is Thursday Night Wine About It, so we do have a wine sponsor. I'm sipping some really good wine tonight. Okay, so this is Resident White Blend. This is from our wine sponsor, Sarah Sabinson. She is with Scout and Cellar. Came out so weird. And she is an awesome person. She loves working with women who like wine, like me, but don't want to have the next day ruined just because they had a glass or two of wine. So all of her wines are preservative free and sugar free. And this is a white blend. This is the sweetest wine of theirs that I've ever had. And I don't like sweet wines. This one has no sugar added though, which is the craziest thing. So if you like a Moscato or a Riesling, this is the wine for you because it is sweet without having added sugar. This is just natural sugars from the fruit. I will, Bonnie. Yeah, she's awesome. If you like wine, her wines are fantastic. This is to be honest, not my favorite because it's sweet, but, knowing that it doesn't have all that sugar in it, that's going to make me feel like junk tomorrow, or all those preservatives is fantastic. So she does a great job. I will link her in the comments and you can go find her page and learn more about her and all of her amazing wines. And then, so what we talked about here tonight, accountability partner, is kind of one part of the passion project that I've been working on for a little while. So this is the new membership site that's about to launch. It's going to launch in May. I'm so freaking excited. It is every tip, trick, and nutrition hack that I've been working on since I've been in college getting my degree. It's been a long time of me developing all of these tools and all these amazing things. My friends know that I have these tools, so they constantly call me and ask me to email them these tools. And I've been thinking for the longest time that there has to be a place for me to put these where people can actually just have access to them. And we're about to be there. So everything that I talk about in my lives, everything that I talk about on my social media, everything that isn't a boxed, healthy, delicious, delivered meal is going to be on this site. And there's a lot of things. Like, I have so many things to share, you guys. It's insane. A lot of these tips and tricks and tools that I've come up with are a result of me working closely with clients to help them get through issues. They're a result of me working closely with myself to help me get through issues. Yes, I have a nutrition degree, and yes, I have had my own issues with food, and that's okay. I work through them and then I share them with you. So now they're going to be in one place. I would love for you to be on the VIP list for that because you're going to be the first one to have the opportunity to get all the bonuses and all the good special like opening deals for that. So if you go to basicallyatmeals.com, you're going to scroll to the bottom, enter your email address, and then you're going to be the first one to know when all of that gets launched, when we get all of that going. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. So I think next week we're going to talk about energy and your energy levels and how to improve those. Although lately I've just kind of been coming up with things on the fly and really enjoying that. So we'll see. I've been saying I'm going to do this energy levels Facebook Live for the past like 3 weeks. And then pretty much every Thursday I'm like, oh my God, this is what I have to talk about tonight. So that could change. We'll see next week. But if you have anything that you would like me to cover, please drop it in the comments and let me know. I would love to cover whatever is going to help you the most. I hope you have an awesome evening, and cheers to you. Cheers to Thursday, and I will see you next week. Bye.